Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon, doing a friendly team a favor. Team Bannanasplits has asked me to take a look at one of the games, kind of do some analysis of where they are, how things went. In this particular game, Team Bannanasplits is on the purple side, playing with Anivia, Jarvan, Wukong, Sona, and Misfortune. On the blue side, whose team I do not know, is Lux, Zac, Vayne, Tryndamere, and Karma. So we're going to be focusing primarily on the purple team here, and we'll be backing up through fights and whatnot. So this will not be a standard shoutcast. This is just going to be kind of a review of how the game is looking. I mean, is the laning phase going well? Are they doing last hitting properly? Is positioning going good? Are they making efficient use of wards? Things like that. So we're going to take a look. Like I said, focusing primarily on the purple side of things. So, since most of the action starts off around the jungler, we're going to start focused on Jarvan here. While they're getting into position, we're going to just take a look at starting item builds. See, Anivia taking the mana rejuvenation pendant, because Anivia is very mana hungry. That's a nice starting set for her. Jarvan started with the Hunter's Machete and Potions, standard jungle start. Wukong going top lane, 2 rejuvenation beads. Probably is looking at laning against Tryndamere, so that gives him the ability to maybe counteract some of the healing that he will do. Misfortune, longsword, 2 potions. If you don't have access to the lifesteal runes, that's probably a good start. Gives you a lot of ability to harass in lane. You do have a longer range than Vayne, so does give you the ability to possibly harass them out of lane early and get a farm lead and try to deny Vayne from becoming that in-game hyper carry. And Sona has started with mana rejuvenation, which is good, so she can spam her spells, and essentially just gets your standard set of wards as well. No pink ward. It's kind of a question of which one you want to start off with. Something I would recommend for Sona to do is, when the game starts, before you leave your base, play whatever spell you're starting with. Play 3 chords before you leave base. That means that first attack you do will be a power chord, and it won't cost you any mana. Obviously, Jarvan does pick up, does go smiteless, gets the blue buff, and hits level 2 going through, so that's a good play there. Anivia's in lane, already poked Lux down fairly well. The downside is, I mean, as mana hungry as Lux is, Anivia is just as mana hungry, if not more so. Hard to continuously poke with abilities. Do see good, watching down here on the minimap, do see good warding by purple, getting a tri-bush warded and this river bush. Having that bush warded is nice, particularly with Zac as their jungler, because you might be afraid he tries the slingshot from here. But at early levels, I would much rather see that ward in this other tri-bush, because Zac's slingshot is fairly low distance at low levels. Alright, we see, looks like Karma and Vayne never even connect, so nice early farming there in the bot lane, taking advantage of the situation, getting a nice early advantage. Good job in the top lane, Wukong taking out Tryndamere. Has gotten a lot of damage on him. Even the heal at these early levels doesn't heal for enough. It looks like Tryndamere wants to pressure for something, but instead the minions are going to be forced into the turret. If you can last hit well under turret, you have the potential for getting a lot of farm here. The trick to farming under the turret as a melee champion is that these melee minions, let me focus that a bit better. These melee minions, to last hit them under the turret reliably, You let the turret shoot them twice, and then you make your hit. With caster minions, you hit once before the turret hits them, the turret shoots them, and then you hit them once after. Having your minions under the turret kind of throws off the timing just a little bit, but that is the ideal way to try to pick up as much of that as possible, unless you're just really trying to pull out the turret. But nice job here, chasing down Tryndamere. Gonna get a lot of damage on. He doesn't have level 6 available, so he can't ult, but will be able to heal out of it. Did use Ignite, so does not have that available to rack up a kill. So we'll go back, take a look at the rest of the map, how it's going. One thing I do not like about Roll Replay is the fact that I cannot actually scroll with a mouse. So, take a look at the mid lane, ahead in farm, bot lane. Despite that early advantage, Vayne has caught up in farm very quickly. Does not have a support there. At this point, it's best if Sona and Misfortune can be super aggressive. Try to poke as much as possible, just to keep her uncomfortable. Even though last hitting is still important, when you're in this 2v1 situation, be it because it's 2v1 because they've made it that way, or 2v1 because someone didn't connect, the best thing to do is sit there and be super aggressive. Have that ward in the tri-bush like you have here. Have that ward there, and just keep pushing to the tower, and keep pressure on them. You don't let her stay at full health. Try to get that kill early.
A summoner has reconnected.
Obviously, Aniva's hit 6 and is using her ultimate to basically zone Lux out. Both of them are very low health. Neither have any health potions, so no real ability. Did have to force Lux back early. Downside is as soon as she hits level 6, which will be here in just a second. If you haven't... Alright, there you go. You get the teleport off. As soon as she hit 6, if you were still in vision, she could have ulted you and taken you out in a single shot. Tryndamere uses his ult, does get away, and because of that, First Blood ends up going over to Zac. Let's take another look at that fight since we were down looking at mid. We'll back up 30 seconds. We'll back up further than that because somehow you ended up behind his turret. That's interesting. So, Tryndamere is incredibly low health. You ult, you knock him up quite a bit, take a lot of damage from the turret. That was really jerky. Let me try one more time and focus that camera. Alright, so here we are. Tryndamere, fairly low health. Get him down to about 200, 250. He heals up to 310, 325. You hit level 6, so you have your ultimate available. He doesn't have his yet. You dash in, you ult, 1 turret shot, 2 turret shots, 3 turret shots, takes you down to 400 health. So that took a lot of damage, and I don't know that it didn't look like you actually hit him with your ultimate. But now you're coming around, and Zac comes up from behind. He pops his ultimate to survive, and now it's a 2v1 with one of them unkillable. That's a different place to go, and I think you had already used your decoy to try to get that extra damage in before he ulted. So that explains why that did not work. Alright, don't see any other fights going on. Farm-wise, Karma's still not in lane. Misfortune and Sona both backed off very far. Not really taking advantage of the fact that it's a 2v1. Again, just gotta make this pressure. Gotta keep this pressure up. There's no reason for her to catch up and farm as quickly as she did. If you can get the jungler to come down, make an early turret push. That's even better. Let's take a look at mid lane. Right before Lux hit level 6, we saw Anivia go back. So we'll come back and we see more mana potions, going for a chalice. We also see Negatron Cloak resisting some of the damage that Lux will throw out there. Not bad item builds there. Looks like CS there is fairly equal. Pop down to the bot lane. And Karma has finally made it into lane, so now it's a true 2v2. But so now it's harder to be that aggressor there. Looks like Jarvan went back into his jungle. I don't think we've actually seen any Jarvan ganks of any sort. Granted, his ganking potential isn't that great until level 6 when he gets Cataclysm, but you can still make presence felt by jumping into lane, using the Flock Toss, getting a knock-up that way. Despite the ganks also are behind in farm, I might want to go back and speed through this again later, just see if, did I miss a gank somewhere that push you a little bit behind the farm, because we know Zach was involved in a kill. Alright, see the knock-up, and then he uses his ult there, and then is able to get the kill. The trick to fighting Tryndamere is to save Ignite until the ultimate happens. Then once the ultimate happens, then you ignite him, because that will mean he gets reduced advantage on his Q, he doesn't heal as much, and you might actually get the Q to tick before he casts the heal off, or the Ignite to tick before he gets his heal off, and he dies from damage from that before he actually heals. Alright, we see Jarvan now in the top lane. 2 levels behind Tryndamere. Tryndamere does not have his Fury up, so he can't just come out and immediately crit you to death. But that doesn't mean he's not going to try here in just a second. He waits till you drop the flag, so now there's no knock-up available. You do Cataclysm in. The Cataclysm won't hold him long enough for you to get a kill. And if you chase, he'll just spin away. Okay, so yep, no kill there. And see, Karma's making up for her absence. Came into lane with the Philosopher's Stone. I don't think Sona's actually gone back to base yet. So technically Karma is ahead in the item race, just by virtue of sitting at base this whole time. Well, no, Sona had to go back at least once, because she's down 800 gold. That must all have been in wards. Finishing off that Philosopher's Stone. Oh no, it's not all in the wards, because some of that's starting gold too, so yeah. Getting a Philosopher's Stone done, if you're going to use it, which on Sona I would recommend, is fairly important. Alright, so got more action going up here top lane, a little bit, but Tryndamere's at the point now, almost, he doesn't have any lifesteal items, but there's no vision top lane, and you're about to get caught up here by Zac. He'll slingshot in, and you do manage to avoid the knockup. Not that it's going to matter, because there's like multiple slows. Nice juke, keeping them hidden. And then using the dash to get into and away from Zac. You'll get slowed, but you're going to get back to start. That's very nice play to survive. And you knock him up under the turret. Tryndamere will have to use his ult to survive. Let's Bounce goes down, and they both get out. So you do manage to survive a 2v1 gank where you got caught really out of position. So very good job. You make him waste his ult. If you have the health, you could go back in, but without any lifesteal, you're not going to have that health for a little bit. And Tryndamere will level up quickly. You go ahead and push forward. Don't realize Zac hasn't recalled. Trying to make a quick kill there, that's probably not going to happen. And they're able to pick up another kill. So, what happens here? I'll have to back up just a little bit more. I want to focus on this. So, at this point, you're down to 400 health. You see Tryndamere's very low on health. You probably assume Zac went back. Without ward coverage, you don't know. You ought to check those bushes before you come in. Without that, your clone is able to distract them for a little bit, but then you dash back in, I'm assuming hoping to use the bonus damage you get off of your Q to try and make a quick kill. Instead, if you'd gone ahead and walked away, and as soon as your clone did its little spinning staff attack, flashed even further away, I think you might have been able to get away a second time. if you aren't sure about the kill in those kinds of situations, there's no problem with attempting to run away. Alright, so we'll get back to normal speed here. Let's see, Jarvan drops his flag, letting people know that he's there. Vayne will knock him back. Condemns down, makes it easier to attack soon, but without misfortune they're not able to throw out much damage. We see lots of recalls going back. Taking a look, gold-wise, they're up 600 gold. Farm-wise, Vayne has caught up and surpassed Misfortune in farm, despite missing the first minute entirely and then being 1v2 for a while. Got to do something to prevent that. I imagine that will probably, if you all lose this game, that's what's going to come back and haunt you right here. She hasn't been forced back to base yet. Jarvan's caught up in farm, so that's good. Top lane is doing better in farm, that's good. Mid lane's doing better than Lux in farm, that's very good. So, yeah, the biggest point of improvement in this early game stage is probably right here. Learning how to be aggressive without overextending. Definitely something that looks like it could use a little bit of extra practice. See, their Karma is playing very strong. Doing a good job getting her stuns down and shields down. Let's keep our focus down here for a little bit. Let's see. What I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of watching the positioning to see what all is going on. And what happened there? Let's see. So Vayne acts like she's going to go back. You all don't have vision of this. That's not particularly important. Sona decides to go take out this pink ward. Takes a fair amount of damage. And is going to get stunned and then knocked into a wall by Vayne. I don't think this is going to result in a kill anywhere. Although Sona stopped walking away, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, setting up a crescendo. Very nice crescendo there. Followed up by MF ult. That's going to throw down a lot of damage and is going to leave you just short of damage. And I can't believe neither of those. I can't believe any of that doesn't result in a kill. You did pick up the kill on Karma. Very nice play there. And I don't know if you saw Zach or just sensed that he would be coming. But good play not to keep pushing and be forced to play against Zach. So yeah, that ended up working out very well. I did not expect that. I thought Sona was going to die for sure, getting caught out just trying to take out that one ward, which, by the way, still haven't taken out. There we go to finish it. So we forced two people back in lane. Zach is the only one there. Again, another good time to push, get some extra farm, hopefully. Zach is not a threat to the two of you together. We see Lux calling for assistance. Anivia has forced her out of lane. Let's see how exactly did that happen. Oh, there was a kill there. Alright, so we're gonna go back and look at this kill as well. This is something to do in all the replays, is go back and watch kills. Let's see, Nevo's dropped Deluxe down to 500 health. Avoids a stun, that's very strong. All of the spells are on cooldown for a few seconds. So we see a stun come out, shard comes out, auto attacks, and ultimate. Just very good use, knowing that the big damage spells from Lux are on cooldown. And because of that, do a very good job. You take the farm, and you immediately push. Looks like you're going to immediately push down. and oh, you're going to place a ward first. Good to place the ward. And then, by what we saw earlier, we know that you eventually go down and you start taking this turret. So we're going to get caught up to that point. There's Lux calling for that. And I imagine you will take the turret here before Lux is able to get back in lane. Jarvan's doing a good job. He's up top, helping Wukong get some farm there. Nice job using the ult to farm. Also powering up that Tear of the Goddess. Alright, so since we know that's going down, we're going to jump back 15 seconds again. And watch what's going on top lane. Jarvan comes up, you've got a 2v1 situation top lane. Wanting to push into the tower to take advantage of the fact you know Zack's in that bot lane. That's a good play there. Cataclysm comes in, locks up. It's enough to make him waste his ult. That's very strong. And because that happened, looks like you're going to get some quick damage on this turret. Trinimir's coming back in on his own. And Aniva comes up from mid lane. And is going to force him away. Chasing that is kind of dangerous, but does pick up another turret. So that's very good play. At this point, going to pause it just for a second to say this. You saw when all this started, it started with Sona trying to take out this ward here in this bush. That's a great, good idea. Not the best of execution because you see Karma comes in, tries to stun you. As soon as Vayne showed up, you did immediately back away, probably trying to get that third hit on that ward. Get stunned up, but it ends up turning into your favor because you managed to land a crescendo, land bullet time. I think that's what it's called. Whatever Misfortune's ult is, taking out almost taking out both of them, getting them both low, forcing them to run. You pick up a kill, draw Zack down into the bottom lane. So very good. You draw the jungler away. As soon as the other two lanes saw the jungler in the bot lane, they both immediately push. And Aniva picks up a kill on Lux, which is good. Takes a turret, which is better. As soon as she's done with that turret, she starts to rotate top. And coming up top, not only does she get her turret, also threatens Tryndamere away along the top lane to get that turret as well. Very nice plays all around. That is a very good sequence of plays that led from something that I watched. And my initial thought was, oh no, this is going to end so badly for Sona. You went from that to, hey, we're even in kills and we're up 2 turrets, and now you've got a 2,000 gold lead. So, great job on that little sequences of plays there. Alright, let's make sure nothing's going to happen immediately bot lane. Some nice damage coming from Sona. Does have Crescendo available again. So that combo exists again to drop a ton of damage onto someone. Alright, so doesn't look like anything too drastic is getting ready to happen. Oh well, as soon as I say that, Vayne tries to pin Sona against a wall. Doesn't get any damage. They're forcing into that tower. This seems to be a very, very passive ADC lane. Only really takes the fight to them when there's a clear advantage, which isn't a bad way to play. But it's something to be aware of. If you like playing styles like that, it's not other good champions for this lane would be Soraka and Caitlyn. You see Aniva coming down bot now too. They did see her, or should have seen her, because wards. They do have the wards there, and that's going to be should be a kill. But Aniva goes in, and the other two don't follow. I don't know if there's some lack of communication there, but one, they should have seen it and known it was coming, and two, as soon as Aniva went in, that's the time to immediately turn and drop Crescendo and bullet time. Top lane, they forcing Wukong out of lane. They're going to keep chasing him. I don't know why they would chase. Seems like a very poor idea to chase, and you're going to end up with a 3v3 here. Do keep Zack out of the way. That's very strong. And the 3 members in mid, you have multiple options. You can either go back top to keep trend in check, or you can make a 3-man push mid. Looks like Jarvan instead went to go drop ward. Wards are good. So making a big push here, 3v2, very strong. Gonna force Trindamere to come, and you're gonna pick up 2 kills, most likely. Got to be careful with. Oh, Zac does survive, and then gets killed later. Okay, so yeah, very long and drawn out, but you do pick up kill there. Get a tiny bit of damage. Trindamere's been forced to leave the top tower to prevent the bottom tower from being destroyed, or mid tower from being destroyed. You also have mid lane coming up, which you do see through your wards, so you know it's time to play a little bit defensively. Good job, Misfortune and Sona, for coming up to look at it. But they know they have 2 of you forced back. They may go for a dragon attempt here. You have it warded, so you'll know if it happens. Nice, very nice ward coverage on this bottom side of the map. You've got the entire jungle lit up, and you also have 2 of the more common Zac gank points lit up. So, very nice ward coverage. It looks like we're now going to have 4 members coming down here. Downside is Jarvan does go in all on his own. Was anyone even close to position here to make play? Let's see. Neva's gone top. Alright, so Jarvan goes in, and I call it going in because he dropped the flag standard and then tried to jump to it. So he went in, but all 3 of the members are top here. None of them have a clear line of sight to you. No good way to get there. And because of that, you have 3 members with a 4th coming in to catch you. That's an easy kill there. You see 4 members there. You land a power chord. And then a crescendo goes out. I mean, it's a good crescendo. It means you're going to get away safely. But you're not going to be able to take advantage of that and turn it into some sort of offensive force. I don't know that the crescendo there was strictly necessary. But, anyway, so you've got 3 people bought now, minus a Sona crescendo. Trying to throw some damage. Oh, you get some quick damage on Tryndamere before he triggers his ult, which was up. So that's impressive. But now with 2 ults down, you see the blue team's not afraid to really poke there underneath the tower. But this whole time, Wukong is doing exactly what Wukong should. Is, hey, everyone is in the bot lane. Let me push top lane. Pick up a tower there. Very nice job picking up an objective. So we see that. They're very insistent on picking up this bot tower. Even with what's going on, they haven't gone back. They are now sending Tryndamere, who just rezzed, to take care of Wukong. So that he won't be able to split push for much longer. But it's given Jarvan enough time to resurrect himself and come down and join you. Lots of damage from Wukong. Lots of damage going on to Tryndamere there. Might actually be able to help him pick up that turret shortly. Let's see, not quite sure what Jarvan's trying to aim for. There are wards there, but you aren't aware of them. But it's still a 4v4 in bot lane with the 1v1 top. Wukong's definitely getting the best of that exchange. Wall comes down, gives you a nice stun on Vayne. Still, no follow-up from the ADC or support. They are sitting very far back. Let's back up, take a look at this. So we see here, Misfortune is still back here, just finished out taking out minions. We need to back it up another 15 seconds to slow it down. So, all 4 members underneath the turret get caught in the stun, so you farm minions. Speed it up just a little bit. Get to the point where the wall gets dropped. So we see Aniva is going to try to drop a wall and separate Karma, I think, from everyone else. Karma and possibly Vayne. Yep, separates Karma and Vayne from Zac and Lux. Strong play there. We're chasing Karma. Need to be looking after Lux. Change your target. Good target focus there. Stun comes out. Well, damage ice ball comes out. Does stun Vayne. This whole time, Miss Fortune's still been farming minions. So Miss Fortune's not in the fight. Sona's not in the fight. Jarvan goes in. Cataclysms all 4 people, and they're giving you plenty of time to catch up. Jarvan will pay for this with his life, I am fairly certain. There are ults available by both Sona and Miss Fortune. I would hope one or both of them would come out. Instead, Miss Fortune and Sona turn away. Let's bounce goes down. And it looks like they're going to get 1 kill for free. And possibly a 2nd kill. They back off on Anivia and are going to let the 3 of you go back to defending that tower, it looks like. Although Vayne's coming back in. I see the flash comes down. And I think that's going to be essentially the end of that particular fight. So yeah, we'll speed back up to normal speed here. But yeah, that's twice now. AD carry and support don't seem to be quite on the same page with the rest of the team. And they even throws down a wall, which is enough to give vision. Not enough to get any damage there, though. Top lane, Tryndamere and Wukong still going at it. Tryndamere is the stronger laner and has pushed it all the way back. So I'm going to have to come up with something to get that push complete, I believe. See Anivia heading back mid now, so we're back to support AD bot lane. Wukong's had to... Oh, Wukong got killed. Completely missed that one. So Wukong's at full health. Tryndamere's at roughly half, but has full Fury stack, so he'll crit just about every time he does anything. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 auto at 5, 6... 6 auto attacks, essentially, is enough to kill him. And 36 second death timer. That's a lot of damage. Wukong does not have any defensive items yet. It's going to make it hard to resist any of that damage that's coming out. It's hard to do that against Tryndamere. That's why he's such a strong laner, is he can build up a lot of damage really quickly. Nice knock up there. That will save the tower. Would not keep chasing. I need to let go of the mouse when I scroll like that. In the bot lane, you see Zac had come down, but now it's still a 2v2 in the lane here. Anivia had come top to help hold that lane. Jarvan's chasing Tryndamere, does back off. I'm just watching the mini-map. I can let this go back to scrolling so we can see stuff that happens. Lots of damage coming out from Karma. And that's going to be a kill picked up. And then the crescendo comes out late. Enough to save Sona again. Don't know that you were necessarily in position to use it earlier, so I can't necessarily say it was late. But having crescendo available, if it's all possible, you should use that to try to save the AD carry. Taking a look mid lane, Lux and Jarvan versus Zac and Lux and J4 versus Zack and Wukong. No. Lux, Zack, Jarvan, Wukong. That's got it. Alright, so they get one turret. They get the top turret. That's their first turret of the game, so you're still well ahead in turrets. And by killing Lux, you'll probably have a shot at picking up this next turret before anyone gets there. Jarvan is just getting shot. Must not have realized that he was being shot by the turret. You do manage to get rid of Cell Divide. I would not risk going into the turret range to get that. Tryndamere could have easily come down quicker and made you pay for that, but you do pick up the kill. Although you may pay for it now because Vayne and Karma are coming up to meet you as you retreat. And you cannot run from her. She gets speed boost running towards you. I don't think you made it into that bush to not be seen. So Anivia is going to prevent the push on the mid turret though. And because all three are there, bot lane is finally able to make a push on this bot turret. So you're going to pick up a turret essentially in exchange for a kill. Very strong. That ends up being a very good play. Did not have to be a turret for a kill, though. I think probably could have got... Well, maybe not, because if Wukong hadn't been such an interesting target, Vayne and Karma might not both have come up mid. And without that, I don't know that that turret would have fallen. So, kill for a turret, it's not a bad trade. Quick look at items. Misfortune has got Bloodthirsters and Ranuan's Hurricane. I'm actually not a big fan of the Hurricane. I think there are other items that are more important to an AD carries build. I mean, you could build Infinity for what it cost. You could almost build an Infinity Edge. You could build Zeal and get most of the attack speed you would have gotten. Well, before I get caught up in that, I see a fight break out here in the jungle at the red buff. Nice use of a couple of ultimates to pick you up a kill. Tryndamere did have to burn his ultimate to get away. And so you get two kills for a turret. Not bad. If you can turn this into an objective of some sort, that is not a bad trade. You do see both of them. Oh, face checks a bush and gets killed for it. But because of that, they don't go back to base. You pick up another turret. So you trade inhibitor turret for a second tier turret, possibly. Not still not a bad trade. Gonna be hard for Sona to escape here. That's all right. Late Crescendo. Did Crescendo just come up? Oh, that was going to be a Crescendo that didn't actually trigger, so no waste of the cooldown, which is a positive. Does look like they might pick up that turret.
Total team's turret has been destroyed.
Wukong trying desperately to get a kill back in favor for it. Jarvan's ult is available. So you did pick up the kill on Karma. Wukong still chasing. No wards past this point. Past this point, it becomes very dangerous to chase. Nice job stopping and turning back around. That's about the maximum distance you would want to chase in that situation, because you have no vision down here. Anything could be waiting there. Still, no one's attempted Dragon yet. Y'all have had better vision of it for a while. Probably could have attempted a Dragon once or twice. See, Trindamere gets the top turret. Let's see, taking a look at item builds. Ravenous Hydra, Black Cleaver, great items on Wukong. Got Lantern and Aegis, and I'm guessing that's going for a Brutalizer for the cooldown reduction. Alright, we see Trindamere's coming in and using those massive crits to take apart the team. There's not many people on the team with enough tankiness.
Blue team double kill.
Alright, so that's 4 kills there. Let's back up and see how that all went down. Alright, so we have no ward here, no vision. Anivia and Misfortune and Sona, 3 very squishy members, all together where there's no wards, and I think you interrupt his jump. Is that what happened there? We're going to slow it down. You don't necessarily see it, although you might see it at the last second. Right here, you might be able to tell Trindamere's coming. No reaction seen to that. You do have vision. You drop a wall, and it stops his jump, which is good until Trindamere comes in and decides, I'm going to take out Misfortune. 1, 2, 3, and a flash gets the kill there. At that point, everyone should be running away. With Trindamere there in full fury, you don't want to stick around. He turns his focus on Anivia, and 4 auto attacks is enough. Lux Laser, almost enough to kill Sona there. Jarvan uses Cataclysm. I'm not sure what we're looking to accomplish with that Cataclysm. We'll slow it back down even further. I think that Cataclysm comes out after everyone is dead. Let's see. Laser comes out. Aniva is not technically dead. Alright, so we've got, everyone's dead except for Wukong, who's not at the fight. And you Cataclysm and lock yourself into a 1v4. Not quite sure what the thought process is there. There's no one to save, and I don't think you're going to pick up the kills. I don't know that you necessarily expected to pick up the kills there. And then at the same time, Wukong's been trying to come down this entire time, and it's still Trindamere with full fury. He's going to crit and do like 5 auto attacks and pick up kills. But Wukong is able to escape back to his turret. They will pick up at least 1 turret if they wanted to. There's absolutely nothing stopping them from taking Baron at this point.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Staying around to try and protect this turret is an incredibly dangerous feat, because as soon as they turn on you, you melt. So that's effectively an ace. Yeah, sometimes you have to know when the turrets are already lost and just go ahead and leave them behind. Alright, while everyone resurrects and they go spend money, taking a look at builds here. Got Rod of the Ages, was maxed 14 minutes ago. Not too bad for a Rod of Ages time. Got a needlessly large rod, which I'm guessing will turn into a Rabbiddance. Got a Tear of the Goddess, which is a little bit more than half stack, and a Chalice of Harmony. Those are good items. Misfortune still only has the Bloodthirsters and the Ranowans. Hasn't gotten much gold recently. Has 1,400 gold. I'm assuming is saving up for the BF sword. I'm guessing to start a Infinity Edge. The ward coverage that was out has been eliminated for the most part. Blue team's use of pink wards and time have both eliminated it. The gold lead is now 4,000 in favor of the blue team, so where you were up a couple of thousand, now you're down 4. So that lead is not positive. And because your vision is gone, you don't see them starting Baron, although I think you all kind of sense it. You all seem to be moving in that direction. But you're going to get there right as it dies. I think you do have vision of it though, so you do have a timer at least. Then Jarvan goes in on his own again. I think that is a communication failure. I think this is a communication failure. Because everyone on the team is backing away, except for Jarvan, who says, I'm going to jump in on my flag and knock everyone up. And against a Baron-fed team, that's like 5 shots dead. Because of that, Aniba turns around. Luckily, no one on their team really follows either. And if none of them follow, the rest of the team should escape to at least fight at the turret. So what we see here, they're going to get ready to make a big turret push. At least I think they are. Maybe not. While we're waiting for that to happen, I'm looking here at Sona's build. Glacial Shroud is not an item you would normally see on a support, just because it is fairly expensive. Granted, with the Aegis being taken, you don't have to build it necessarily, but I think I don't see a Philosopher's Stone or anything the Philosopher's Stone would have built into. Having the Philosopher's Stone makes life as a support so much easier. You use Crescendo on a single target. Tryndamere does not have tenacity of any sort, but still regenerates enough health. That's not a target. It's going to take an entire team effort to take out Tryndamere at this point. Uses his ult to survive, so you do trade ult for ult. But he'll be able to go back and heal up, and then come back. I'm not sure whose ult's on a quicker cooldown. But so far, so good. The team has managed to prevent any tower losses despite them having the Baron buff. So, very strong play there. Having the Random Hurricane at this point actually does work out somewhat for Misfortune, because it makes it very easy to wave clear, which means the turrets, while they're still here, can actually do quite a bit of work for you. Alright, so we see the entire team chasing down Vayne and a couple others. They just clear out the minions and go back. Seeing some items come out. Nice item pickups by Wukong. Getting the Warden's Mail will definitely slow down the Tryndamere. Jarvan gets caught out, has to flash away. Not bad. Good job getting away. But these two items here definitely make Wukong quite a bit tankier, and also it slows down the attack speed of Tryndamere, which is a big, big plus. Their team hasn't made a push for Dragon. Got some wards out. Nice warding around the base. You'll be able to tell where their team is going, so you're able to keep eyes on them, make sure they don't make a surprise push on a turret. That Baron buff, I think it expires... it's only about half over. It's actually got longer left than I thought. See, Wukong and Sona going for the dragon. No vision on their team means you're going to get caught in the dragon pit. That is just absolute murder. Is purple team... Whoa, double kill. Wow. Well, you trade 2 kills for 2, and they don't take the dragon. So, actually, that's a net gain, because they lose 2 people with Baron buff. Still, attacking dragon there when you don't have vision on 3/4 of their team. Excuse me. No vision on 3/4 of the team means that you're most likely going to die. Alright, so we're nearing the 40-minute mark. Gold lead is about 7,000 gold. It hasn't gotten too much worse in the scheme of things. I know Miss Fortune's gone back to base at least once, and all we see is picked up Home Guard boots, and has 2,000 gold in the bank. I'm not sure what we're saving the gold for. I don't think there's a single part of anything that costs more than 2,000 gold. And Trinamir trades his life 1 for 2. That ultimate of his is ridiculous. Alright, nice job focusing down the vein. That gets a big damage source out of the way. You know Trindamir's not there. Alright, I want to go back and look at this Trindamir fight. Why did everyone stick around? Was there a cataclysm that went down that I missed? Alright, so all 4 of you grouped up. And knock up and cataclysm, that's what it is. When using cataclysm, be very, very, very careful not to lock up your own team in the cataclysm. It's much better to let Miss Fortune get out. She can stand on the outside of the arena there, completely safe from Tryndamere, and still taking those shots instead of having 2 people focusing there and letting Tryndamere pick up 2 kills there. We're going to speed that because we've actually already seen this. Alright, back to where we were. Still haven't lost a turret. Don't think there's a Baron buff left on anyone. So, Baron buff is no longer in play. No wards for either team. No one has any vision. Oh wait, there's a ward. Hidden right there. 1 ward. Aniva doing a very good job keeping that clear. Got quite a bit of gold. As soon as able, I would hope to see Anivia go back and upgrade that tier into something that will generate mana a little bit faster. Oh, it's already maxed. Definitely need to go back and build that into something almost immediately. Because right now, technically, I mean, other than the fact you have 750 mana, it's not really doing much for you. You're not gaining any extra mana with it anymore at this point. Alright, with the Baron buff expired, I see people kind of returning back. The Baron has respawned, so maybe... looks like maybe that y'all were trying to do a Baron play there. Instead, just go ahead and push him down. Force a flash out of Vayne, that's nice. That cooldown's gone for 5 minutes. But now it's a 1v1 Misfortune versus Tryndamere. That means Misfortune is dead in 4 auto attacks. Cataclysm goes down again and again locks up 3 members of the friendly team along with your target. The problem is here, all 4 of you in this base trying to go for a kill. Even though there's 4 of you, Tryndamere is a better killer. If he goes straight for the Nexus, you all lose regardless. Instead, both of you kind of change your targets and are both taking turrets. So you do take an extra turret. Tryndamere is not attacking the turrets at all. I do not know what Tryndamere was doing. Wow. Tryndamere, please. Because of that, Tryndamere is going back on his own. And you did pick up the kill there. So nice job killing off Tryndamere. Because you don't have to worry about split push for 60 seconds. I've also brought the gold lead back to, oh, right at 6,000. So you've gained 1,000 gold on him. Karma is taking a blue buff, okay. Let's see, you've got Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart does reduce attack speed of nearby enemies. So, yeah, I guess that Glacier Shroud turns into something fairly useful. Still, I would like to see a Philosopher's Stone early in the game, because that would actually make that item come a lot sooner. And so now, after all that, y'all are making a 5-man push into base. Tryndamere comes up in 3 seconds. Nice crescendo, locks up 3 members. Very good Cataclysm that time, locking up more members of their team than yours. And that gives you 3 kills. Vayne had Guardian's Angel, will escape. Tryndamere gets a kill. A kill's okay. Misfortune's still alive. That means you've got your main turret pushing. All they have left is Vayne. They have 2 inhibitors down. This should finish up here fairly quickly, actually. And you all will get a win that really the other team really should have gotten, because Tryndamere had you dead to rights. Oh, wow. I am impressed. I am also shocked. So before it actually ends, we're going to go back. I want to take a look at this last team fight. We'll slow it down. So you've made your 5-man push. Tryndamere's down for 6 seconds. So you know for a few more seconds here, you've got the advantage. Their entire team groups up. Lots of damage going on to the inhibitor. Nice job. Crescendo comes out, locks up 3 of the 4 members. Cataclysm locks up 3 of 4 members. Nice area for the Misfortune ult. That picks up most of the damage. And right as you all kill Vayne the first time, Tryndamere comes in. It means you have to leave Vayne alone for a bit, but you all do focus down Tryndamere fairly quickly, only take 1 kill in return. So good job there. And from that point, it's 4v1 in the base with nothing standing in your way. So yeah, good job winning this game. My takeaways, first, probably didn't deserve that win. When Tryndamere was up here in the base, he had taken out your inhibitor, taken out your turret, and was up here all alone while the entire team was down here. That was about 10 minutes ago, I think. At that point, Tryndamere should have said, "I'm destroying your base," and just walked in and started wailing on the turrets. Between the minions that were there, his ultimate, his ability to heal he could have laid waste to your entire base while y'all were all down. What I think was one turret and maybe the inhibitor. Tryndamere should have ended the game and didn't. That said, because he didn't end the game, you all managed to come back from a fairly large deficit at one point and pick up the win. So good job there. Other things to take away from the game: support, buy something that generates gold. Even if you have the gold per 10 quints, buy something that generates gold. Philosopher's Stone's the most common one. If for some reason you have a philosophical difference with the Philosopher's Stone and you refuse to buy it, buy a Cage's Lucky Pick. Either one of them is good on Sona. I prefer the Philosopher's Stone because it gives you health regen and mana regen, whereas the nice thing about Cage's Lucky Pick, you can build it into Shard of True Ice, which gives you an active ability and retains its gold generation. Also, got to work on communication with the AD carry and the support versus with the rest of the team. At least 3 times I know, because I can remember 3 times right now, there were fights that kind of got initiated where Misfortune or Sona or both weren't really with the rest of the team. Jarvan initiates and Jarvan dies. Either that needs to be Jarvan needs to be communicating more, saying, hey, I'm going in for this, or Misfortune and Sona saying, hey, don't, or we're not able to get to you. There needs to be some communication there to say, hey, this is what we're missing. This is why we're not coming in for the fights, or they need to be there for the fights. Because several of those initiations were good initiations that just had no follow-up. One in particular, Jarvan initiates here. The entire team is up here, other than Jarvan. No way to get to him unless they all burn flash to wall hop or something. Even then, Jarvan's probably already dead. So I'm not sure where that focus lies. I don't know who the play caller is, who needs to be responsible for that, but got to clear up that communication gap there. Another thing, not to pick on the bot lane, but when you end up in a 2v1 situation, be it because someone didn't connect or because they're doing that crazy lane swap thing they've been doing in the LCS all the time, you have to be aggressive. If you're 2v1, you don't want to sit back and farm and last hit. You want to take an early turret and give your entire team the 150 gold and the experience bonus. I know Vayne didn't connect for like the first 2 minutes yet, then like by 8 minutes in, Vayne is ahead in gold. Also ahead in pressure, ahead in turret damage, I think. I didn't actually check the turrets, but look to have made more pressure towards the turrets at least. When it's that 2v1 situation, you have to press. You have to get some wards down, ward this area here, get a ward here or up here. If you're really worried about pressure, during one of the presses, have the support peel off and come down and ward here even. That gives you plenty of warning if someone's going to try to gank you while you're 2v1. If you really want the help, call your jungler down and say, hey, come help us take an early turret. That will make up for any farm you lose. Other things to point out. Got to work on the cataclysms, Jarvan. You can't lock up your own team. That's the reason I don't play Jarvan, because I can't do that. I always seem to lock up my team as well. So, if you want to keep playing Jarvan, that's something to work on. Item builds all look pretty good. Anivia never did upgrade Tear of the Goddess. I don't play Anivia enough to say yay or nay. You don't need all 3 of these items, but that seems like an awful lot of mana generation. I can easily see any 2 of the 3, probably Rod of Ages and Tear of the Goddess. Chalice does have the advantage of being fairly cheap. I don't know, I'd have to go look up guides and learn Anivia myself to say yay or nay, but that seems like an awful lot of mana generation. You might come back and watch this game again and watch your mana expenditure. See, do you ever get super low on mana? Are you ever that desperate for mana that you need all 3 of these mana items. If not, sell one of them or don't buy one of them and upgrade either Chalice or Tear and either get Athene's Unholy Grail or probably, I don't know if it'd be the Saracen Brace or the Archangel Staff, but one of them. I would definitely pick up one. Other items. See, I guess when the game ended, there were several times I noticed that, particularly Misfortune, but I think everyone at one point had like 2,000 gold leaving base. I can't think of an item that costs more than 2,000 gold. An individual item. BF Sword, I think, is the most expensive, and it's 1550. You don't have to buy the items outright. Buy the components if you have them, if you can get them. Other than that, I mean, the game went fairly well. Tryndamere got fairly strong early. Wukong did a very good job picking up good items to lane against him. At one point, I was pretty sure I saw a Warden's Mail on... Oh, Warden's Mail turns into Frozen Heart. That's right. Okay, so that's where that went. You've got that to counteract Tryndamere. Very nice item there. See, Jarvan also picked up one. And another Frozen Heart. So you've got... I don't think the unique are a stack. If one of you gets Frozen Heart, I'd have the other one get something else. That's just a discussion for the team to decide. Who do we want to have this? Unless you both really just want the additional armor on yourselves, because it's got decent stats besides the aura. So, no, all in all, a good game. A couple of things to work on there, particularly communication during ganks and engages. Bot lane seemed to have a fair bit of trouble there. But that's the big thing I would say to take away to work on. Is work on that communication. Make sure whenever someone's engaging on the fight, the rest of the team is ready to follow up. So, good job, guys. Congrats on the win. And hopefully this helps you guys out. If you've got any questions, feel free to send me an email or throw up a post on the forums. I will gladly answer any questions or respond to any comments you guys have. So, with that, we are going to call this done. And I'll talk to you guys soon.